Hello and welcome to my training called Decode Your Destiny, where I'm going to help you to do just that. I'm going to help you to understand and discover what your highest purpose for being here is. And I'm also going to give you some tips and some advice into how you can align with your highest purpose of being here and truly embody it. Okay, so my name is Ariella Gino Indigo. It's a joy to be here with you today. So what I'm really known for, well, first of all, I'm dubbed the Success Sorceress, which is because of my ability to help plug people into their purpose, to help people to remember who they are, to truly transform into who they are. So I've worked with over 200,000 people now, helping them to remember their soul's purpose. I have personally decoded over 10,000 soul blueprints at this point. And, I've been working as a teacher, a channel for this incredible system that I'm going to introduce you to today, because I've got an incredible tool to share with you, which is really going to help to illuminate your soul's purpose today. And I'm really known for being a teacher and a channel of this system worldwide. I call it the soul purpose system, and it's a true gift from higher consciousness given back to us at this time to help us to remember who we are and to plug into all that we've come here to be. So I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. If this is your first time connecting with the system and looking at your soul blueprint, I promise you, you are going to be absolutely amazed, excited, and there's going to be like a deep stirring of remembrance inside of you. You know, it's going to be one of those defining moments in your life where you actually just the veil moves back and you see yourself for who you truly are. At least this was my experience of it back in 2015 when I connected with the system, and it's been many of my clients' experiences of it as well. So really excited to share this with you. So let me bring up, well, first of all, let me talk to you a little bit about what the system is like, and then I will share an example of your profile or what your profile might look like on the screen here with you. So a little bit of background to the system. So the system that I'm going to introduce you to today is not new. It is very, very, very old. It's an ancient esoteric system. It has roots in Hebrew, Jewish mysticism, Atlantis. It was purportedly used in Atlantis, and it was taken to Egypt. And then, like many things which were lost when we descended as a fifth dimensional planet, it went into the archives of the cosmos and returned to us actually in the 1980s, channeled by an incredible channeler called Frank Alper, a prolific master channeler, unfortunately deceased now, but he left an incredible legacy through channeling through this system, which the meanings of this system originally came from an ancient extant text called the Sefer Yetzirah. Now, the Sefer Yetzirah, otherwise called the Book of Creation, underpins the whole of Jewish mysticism. So if you know anything about Hebrew or other sacred languages like Sanskrit, for example, these are ancient original alchemic languages of light. The languages themselves are creative. So the basis that this system is coming from is that sound is a creative force. And this is probably not new to you. Okay, you probably have come here with the understanding that sound is one of the primordial creative energies. This system looks at sound from the perspective of the sound vibration of your name. Now, why your name? Because your name is one of your unique identifiers, right? When you think about it, how are we all determined in the matrix, if you like? It would be through our unique identifiers like our name, our date of birth, our place of birth, our time of birth, right? So this system works on the basis that it is the sound of vibrations, the sound frequencies, and you're going to see this because I'm going to share an example with you. And you also have an opportunity to download your soul profile for free, which is my free gift to you. And you can look up the codes in my ebook. So the system is coming from the basis that the sound vibration of your name is creating your reality, which I know can sound like a crazy concept unless you understand the creative principles of sound, and that our name is one of our unique identifiers. Okay, so it decodes your name into the 22 Hebrew letters, and there is Frank channeled through this decoding process where he put the 22 Hebrew letters were then automatically assigned positions around it's a Star of David, otherwise known as a two-dimensional Merkaba. And where these codes, where these numbers are, I call these numbers, which remember are the actual Hebrew letters, I call them creation codes, because that's truly what they are. They are building blocks of our existence. You can look at your soul profile. I sometimes use the phrases soul profile and soul blueprint interchangeably, but you can look at your soul blueprint as your higher dimensional operating system, which is responsible for creating your reality. And in this case, the building blocks of reality, which are creating your experiences here on the earth plane, are these 22 creation codes. It's the Hebrew fire letters, okay, the sacred language of light, and where they are positioned in your profile speaks a huge amount about you. So the concept of sound being a creative force is not a new philosophy, okay? So many of you will have heard about this already, but even if you look to religion, and some of the biggest religions that we have here on this planet, in the Bible, right, in the Christian faith, it starts with in the beginning. The Bible starts with in the beginning was the word. Yeah, in the beginning was the word. In Genesis, it says, and God said, let there be light. And God said, let there be light. Okay, so Christian faith talks about it in Hebrew. They're chanting Om as the primordial sound which creates reality. So it's not new. It's in many different traditions, the Jewish mysticism as well, Jewish traditions as well. You know, of course, very much revere these 22 Hebrew letters as being creative forces. So I reconnected back with the system. I say back with the system because I don't believe it's my first time, back in 2015. And since then, I have been on a mission to get this incredible system, which changed my life, which has changed so many of my clients' life and people that have downloaded their soul purpose. Yeah, I'm on a mission to get this out to the world because I believe that every single person alive should be in receipt of their soul blueprint. It's your operating system. It's also your evolutionary roadmap. It's going to give you your North Star. It's going to give you a huge amount of direction into what your highest purpose is, the highest version of yourself that you've come here to be, because I believe that that is the journey that we're all on. It's all about evolution for us all, soul's evolution. We're here to become the highest possible expressions of our soul in this lifetime. And this system, which I'm introducing you today, your soul profile, the e-guide that you're getting from me as well as part of my free gift, this is your spiritual roadmap. Okay, this is your evolutionary roadmap. It's going to give you a huge amount of illumination. It's going to give you lots of different activations as you're reading through your profile, because you will experience deep remembrances of your purpose. It will give you a ton of insight into what your gifts are. It will also let you know what the rite of passage you are on, because we all have come into this life with different challenges that we're here to transform into gifts. Okay, so we'll also give you a ton of insight into this and what your greatest destiny is. So this is my absolute gift and honor to share this with you. And this is why this training is called Decode Your Destiny, because that's truly what I'm going to share with you about how you can do this. And I'm going to give you access to an incredible tool, okay, which every time you look at your profile and you look up the codes in my ebook, you will just get more and more and more insight and illumination into who you are. Trust me, I've been doing this since 2015, and every single time I think about, contemplate, or look up my codes in my ebook, there is another light bulb that goes on. So this is a gift that is designed to be with you for the rest of your life. And I really, really hope that it brings you as much illumination, clarity, joy, and fulfillment as it has done in my life and many of my clients as well. Okay, so let me share my screen with you, and I will show you here an example of what your profile might look like on the screen. Okay, so once you download my free gift to you, which is your soul profile, and you also get a free e-guide with that as well, so you can start to look up some of the codes that you have in your profile. You will see when you look up your profile that it's going to look probably like this, a 6-pointed star. If it doesn't look like this, it will look like a triangle. Okay. The reason why you might have a triangle instead of a star is because you have what the system considers to be a short name. So anything less than 10 Hebrew phonetic sounds is a short name. Therefore, you have a triangle. But for most of you, the majority of you, you're going to have a 6-pointed star. The only difference, there's no better or worse, it's whatever your soul's chosen for you, because the premise that I'm coming from here is that your soul chooses your name for you because your name contains the coding of your mission in this lifetime, and your soul telepathically transmits your name to normally one of your parents. It could be a random aunt or uncle that get a download for your name and excitedly tell your parents. But whether or not you have a star triangle, a star profile, or triangular profile, neither one is better than the other. The difference is if you just have a triangular profile, then the coding for your earlier life is the same as the coding for your later life. Okay, so that's what's different in the star profile, which I'll explain in a minute. So let's go through the star profile first, and then I'll point out a couple more differences with if you've just got a triangle profile. So in the star profile that you see here, first of all, you want to look up your full birth certificate name. Okay, so in my calculator, you want to look up your full birth certificate name exactly as it's written on your birth certificate. If you have, if you're not of English origin and you have an umlaut or an accent in your name, then please just remove the umlaut or accent and spell it out exactly as it is anyway on your birth certificate, and use that for your profile. Okay, so you're going to spell it out on my calculator exactly as it's spelled on your birth certificate, your full birth certificate name. How it works: your full birth certificate name is your mission in this lifetime. It is your mission in this lifetime. Your current name is how your mission is set to play out. Okay, so the codes coming in from your current name, they add direction, they add flavor, they point you in a direction for sure. But you want to really, really study your full birth certificate name, because that name contains your entire coding for your mission in this lifetime. And that is a name that you can't change. If you think about it, you can change your current name. And it's true what they say, by the way. If you change your name, you change your game. And I have changed my name using this system. I've changed many of my clients' names upon their request of using this system. That can be a very, very transformational process. And you will know if it's time to do that, because you will get a calling from your soul. You will get a nudge from your soul. But let's assume that you've looked up your birth certificate name and you have this six-pointed star profile here. Downwards pointing triangle is the coding from your earlier life. So it's the coding which is creating your earlier life experiences. You have physical challenges here, top right. This can be seen, if you like, as the karma that you've brought into this lifetime to experience and to transform into your greatest gifts of gold. Okay, so your challenges are not supposed to stay your challenges. We all have challenges because our soul is growing through them. We're learning certain things. We're activating and accessing hidden gifts and talents that we didn't know that we had, because we're going through these challenges. Okay, so that's important to know. Physical challenges, can be seen as past life karma, but it's really your hidden gifts. Okay. So then you've got physical talents down here, bottom in the middle. These could be seen as your soul gifts, your soul talents. Your talents are what you want to lead with in life, because your talents help you to push past your challenges and achieve your goals. So up here you see, in this case, it's a 22-4 in physical goals. Okay, so your physical goals, remember, it's your earlier life coding. It's who you've come here to be in your earlier life, and it's what you've come here to do in your earlier life. So career choices, things like that, the person that you become in the world are normally dictated by the codes that you have in physical goals. And when I say earlier life, I'm talking about, in most cases, between the ages of 0 and 35. Okay, 0 and 35. What tends to happen, and I learned this through this system and it was invaluable, there is a midlife transition that happens normally between the ages of 35 to 42 for most people. It does depend a little bit on your astrology. But for most people, they go through a big midlife transition between the ages of 35 to 42. This is when your higher purpose coding is coming online, and it's a big transition. So there can be a lot of chaos. Old things can be cleansed out, while your new reality is waiting to be birthed. Seen through a conscious lens, we can say it's a midlife transition. And when you know what's happening and you're conscious of it, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going through my midlife transition. I get it. My earlier life experiences need to be let go of, some of them, in order so that I can step powerfully into the future and align with my true higher purpose of being here. Unconsciously, because most people are going through this transition unconsciously, unfortunately, they haven't had their soul profile like you've connected with it. So most people are going through this unconsciously, and it becomes a huge chaotic transition. And we actually call it in our society a midlife crisis. So I think that's a beautiful thing about understanding that actually what's happening here is there's a transference of the operating system, your high dimensional operating system, which is what this is, okay, which is then guiding you to your later life experiences. So the upwards pointing triangle is your later life coding. It does dictate and is the operating system for your later life experiences. And again, you've got the same pattern here. Spiritual challenges. So this is again like your karma that you've come here to transform into your greatest gifts of gold. Challenges, remember, are always your latent talents and gifts. Can feel like very difficult challenges as you're transmuting them. But the purpose of it, again, is so that you can access new gifts of gold that you probably did not even know that you had. I really love contemplating the numbers, the codes that you find in spiritual challenges. Why? Because it's a big clue as to how your higher purpose is set to play out. Okay, so look those up in my ebook, and you're going to be amazed. For some of you, it's going to be like, oh, Ariella, that is the last thing that I want to do. That's the thing that I'm worst at, and it's the last thing that I want to do. And if you're having that feeling, it is perfect, because they're in challenge for a reason, right? So as you strip back the layers of them, you're going to get much, much more of a connection to those codes, and you'll start to feel confident that actually, yes, I do now embody the gifts. It is something that I want to do. So study those codes that you have in spiritual challenges. Codes that you have in spiritual talents, again, this is like your soul gifts that you've given yourself to help you to push past your challenges, in this case, your later life challenges and spiritual challenges, and achieve your later life goals, which are the codes here that you see in spiritual goals. So codes and spiritual goals offer you, again, another big clue as to how your higher purpose is set to play out. And if you successfully access all of the positive qualities, because each one of these numbers, the creation codes, has positive qualities and more challenge qualities assigned to them. You could say negative. Some people might say negative qualities. They're not. It's just helping you to transform, to access these hidden gifts and talents. But The purpose of your soul profile is for you to access and activate the positive qualities of each one of these numbers, of each one of these codes. And when you do that, and when you complete your higher purpose mission, which is normally the codes that you see here in spiritual goals, well, it's really a combination of all of the codes in the upwards pointing triangle. When you fully express that, when you align with your high purpose mission, when you are doing it in the world, when you're executing it, when you are that person in the world, then what happens is a wormhole opens up and you come into the middle here, right in the center, which is your soul destiny codes. And this gives you the biggest clue as to who you are and what you have come here to do, and your highest, it's your highest soul destiny. It's the highest version of you in this lifetime. Your soul destiny codes are really the answer to the big question, why am I here? Yeah, why am I here? You are here to fully embody and to fully express the codes that you have in soul destiny. Okay, look them up in my ebook. You're going to be absolutely amazed. And you do that through activating and accessing the positive qualities of every single other code in your soul blueprint. Now, I promise you a bit more information. If you just have a triangular profile, remember the codes duplicate. So you have the same codes in your earlier life as you do in your later life. There's no difference from this point of view. You won't see any codes in the middle, these soul destiny codes, but when you have a triangular profile, the codes that you have at the top in goals, that doubles as your soul destiny codes. Okay, so you do have a soul destiny code that they're in goals, and it's the same code for goals as it is your soul destiny. Okay, so have fun looking up your profile, you guys. Couple more bits that I wanted to give you on this. If you have 4 or more of the same number in your profile, so in this example here, Ariella Indigo, in this blueprint, you can see there's 4 nines. Okay, so 9 in spiritual talents and a 9 in soul destiny. So if you have 4 or more of the same codes in your profile, that's what constitutes a dominant vibration. And a dominant vibration means that you are going to be having a very intense experience of those codes, likely for good and for bad, right? So, and it's all good because it's all part of evolution. It's all part of the learning. From evolution's perspective, it's all good. I know from a human point of view, it doesn't always feel that way, right? But you will be expressing their codes and experiencing those codes both positively and negatively, sometimes at the same time. Okay, so that's dominant vibrations. Also, some of these numbers, codes, are what are called master numbers. So they carry a stronger vibration. The more master numbers that you have in your profile, the more intense your life experience is going to be in this lifetime. Okay, so for the full details of that, you're going to want to look up your codes in my full ebook. So as my gift to you, you have access to your soul profile. You've got 2 days access to that. So please do a screenshot, download it. Okay, keep hold of it because you're definitely going to want to keep it, ongoing to look at. You also get a free gift link to download my summary e-guide, which is going to give you a summary of the codes. If you want to go deeper than that, after you have downloaded your free gift, there are different options for you to go deeper. Okay. But I really, really hope, I will change back the screen to me now. I really hope that you have enjoyed this session. I really hope that you get tons of illumination after you download your profile, and it's just a gift to be able to share this wisdom with you all. So thank you for watching this training, and I wish you so much illumination. Much love.